Hi everyone, my name is Emily Sullivan and I'm here to talk about my 3 activities for the Syllables and Affixes stage. So the characteristics of students in this stage, they are in the consolidated alphabetic stage, which means they use chunks to decode, spell, and store words in their memory. Students also begin to look at words in 2 or more units of sound and meaning to add in decoding and comprehension, so they're no longer going sound by sound when they're looking at a word. In the sense of vowels and consonants, students at this stage have, for the most part, a solid understanding of the various patterns in one-syllable words, including blends, digraphs, and short vowels, vowel patterns, and complex consonant units. Topics of instruction at this stage include the study of affixes, the syllable juncture, and the spelling of words as affixes and syllables are added. So for my first activity, I decided to do an unusual plurals memory. So inflectional endings are suffixes that change the number and tense of a word but do not change its meaning. These particular plurals do not follow the spelling conventions of simply adding s or es. So this activity is ideal for students in the early syllables and affixes stage, and I have a link to a more interactive game called Noun Plurals Billionaire that you can find online, or you can just Google Noun Plurals Billionaire and it'll pop up on the home page. So I chose this game because everybody knows how to play memory. It's a fun game and students of all ages can do it. So I just used plain index cards and I wrote with Sharpie on them. Of course, if you are using them for your classroom, don't use Sharpie because it bleeds through, as you can see. But for time's sake, I wanted to make sure I knew where each card was. So let's get started. The first student would pick up the first card. The first card is mouse. The plural of mouse. Let's find it. Wives. The plural of mouse is not wives, so we flip that back over. Let's see. Let's try mouse again. Try to find the plural of mouse. The plural of mouse, mice. So because we got that right, we get to keep the card. Deer. If you get a card like this is an oddball word. So that means you get to keep that because obviously the plural of deer is deer. Wives. We need to find the singular, which is wife. Very good. So this is just a fun, simple game to play with your students. It doesn't take much time or effort to set up. For the sake of time, I won't go through the rest of these. I included a couple more oddball words just to reinforce the unconventional spelling patterns in these plural nouns. All right, my second activity is, let me show you the noun plurals billionaire. So this is really cool. Let me turn up my sound. So you can click on any, this is just like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So you can click on a category, start with 10,000. 1 city, 2 citizens, cities. I have no idea what that is. Cities and cities with a Y, of course. All right. And then you can keep going up and down. All right, so that's noun plurals billionaire. Now for my second activity is the compound word mix-up. So compound words build vocabulary, highlight syllables, and reinforce knowledge of high-frequency, high-utility words. Playing with compound words is a fun way to reinforce breaking words into syllables and building these component parts into new words. This activity is ideal for students in the early syllables and affixes stage. Nonsense words are okay when we're playing this game because, of course, it is just a game and we want students to focus on breaking things down into syllables and building them back up. Alright, so all I did was write some single syllable words on index cards and cut them up. And you would have students look at these cards and see if they can make new words out of them. So fire, I can make fireplace. I can also make high, chair. I can also make sun, screen, and door, mat. So you can keep going with these and play with them a little bit. Some students may get a little silly with it and say, oh, a camp shelf, a shelf where you keep your camping supplies. So as long as they're focusing on the fact that these are single syllable words, they're making them into a new word that has a totally different meaning and is more complex. That's the object of this task. And I think it's a lot of fun to kind of play around with compound words. What you can do to extend it is to pick a word like arm and think of how many words you can make using the word arm. Armchair. Oh gosh, I put myself on the spot. You know what I mean. Keep going. How about sun? Sunshine, sunroom, sunblock, sunscreen, stuff like that, so they can use even more practice with that. All right, and finally, my last activity and my favorites is Jeopardy! This Jeopardy! Activity is a fun way to review concepts learned during the intermediate stage and covers compound words, syllables, vocabulary, spelling, and homophones. Jeopardy! Can be adjusted for any developmental level, which makes it super awesome. All right, my Jeopardy! Board is a little rudimentary, but it's finished. Let me place my Jeopardy! Name up here and my cards on the board. Now, for the sake of time, I did not write a question on all of these cards, but I did on 5 of them, so we can take a look. So how students play, if you're not familiar with Jeopardy! You ask a question, you ask a student what question they would like, and the student may say, I want compound words for 100. Create a compound word using the word box. If they create a compound word using the word box, like boxcar, then they get to keep those 100 points. Next student would get homophones for 300. Complete the sentence with the proper homophone. I want chocolate cake for dessert, or dessert. They have to choose the proper one. If they choose the proper one, they get 300 points. If they don't, they lose 300, or you can just give them 0 points. It's up to you whether you want to detract or not. So here are the rest of my clues for spelling. What is the correct spelling? The cat is naping or napping on the couch. For syllables for 400, how many syllables are in the word terrify? And for vocabulary for 500, what does the word redo mean? So students, this is kind of a unit review for students to cover all of these topics. You can just do it for homophones or spelling or compound words or any of these. It's a great way to make learning fun, and they love Jeopardy! I think adults love Jeopardy! Too. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you for watching.